Hi, in this video I'll be demonstrating how to pair your IDS remote to your X series receiver. The part number for a 5-button remote is as follows. When the remotes are brand new, it has two protocols configured to the buttons. By default, button 1, 3 and the panic button are the X-Wave protocols, which is compatible with the 806 boards. Button 2 and 4 have the keylog protocol, which is immediately compatible with the X64 board. That means immediately when you've got the remote, you'll have to determine which protocol is the protocol for your system. This is how you can tell which protocol is running. So as stated, button 1 and 3 have the X-Wave protocol set as default. So I will just press button 1. Notice when I press button 1 how the LED flickers. Look at that, it's flickering. If I press button 2, notice that the LED is a solid light staying on. When I press button 3, notice it's flickering. When I press button 4, notice it's solid. So that tells me which protocol is currently configured to each key. Now in this video, I'll be using the keylog protocol, which is specifically aimed at the X series X64 panel. So that means I need to change button 1 and 3 to the keylog protocol. How I do that is I press and hold the button for at least 30 seconds. Notice the LED is flickering. It will do that for about 30 seconds. Once the LED stops flickering, then I know it has toggled over to the other protocol. Right, it has stopped flickering. Now I release the button and I press the button once. Notice that it is now a solid light telling me that it has toggled to the keylog protocol. So button 1, keylog. Button 2, keylog. Button 3, it's still on the X-Wave protocol. So I need to convert that or toggle it to the keylog protocol. I press and hold button 3 for at least 30 seconds until the flickering LED stops. Right, it has stopped flickering, and now when I test it, there I can see it's a solid light. So all buttons are now on the keylog protocol. If you wanted it on the X-Wave protocol, what you need to do is press and hold until that solid light goes off. Once the solid light goes off, then when you press it, it will be the flickering light indicating that you have toggled to the other protocol. Unfortunately, you'll have to do that with every single remote that you want to pair to your X series receiver. If you are using the keylog protocol, you would have to toggle those buttons to keylog. If you're running the 806 board, then you would be toggling back to the X-Wave protocol. In this video, I will be using the keylog protocol. To pair this remote to the X series receiver, I start by pressing and holding the star key. It's asking me for the master code. Put in the master code. On some alarms, you might find that the master code is still the default master code, which is 9999. After putting in your master code, press star. I can either link this remote to a previous user code or create a brand new user code. It now asks you to add a user code. Because this is a brand new remote, I need to link it to a user code. So I say star. I'm now going to give this a user code 1017. 1017. Press star. I need to remember that code. Right, I now press hash. I now press 20 star. That takes me to the receiver number that I want to pair this remote to. Remember, you can have a couple of receivers on one alarm system. Let's just assume you have one receiver. So I'm going to say 1 star. That means I'm now pairing this remote to the one receiver on this premises. It now asks me for the code. That was 1017 star. That was the code I just created for this remote. I now press star again. It's now asking me to press and hold a button on the remote. I'm now pressing and holding this button. It failed. This is common. Don't worry. Press star and try to hold the remote quite close to the receiver. It now worked. Another reason why it might not work is if the protocol is wrong. Earlier in the video, I showed that if you have set the wrong protocol, it will not synchronize the remote to the panel. In this case, it is an X64 panel using the X series receiver. That is why when I press the button, the light stays on. I now press hash and hash again. The remote is now paired to that receiver. If you have two receivers on your property, do as follows. Go back into the user menu, press 20 star. And now, instead of it being receiver 1, in this case, I'm going to pair my remote to another receiver, which is number 3 star. Now it's asking me for the code. In this case, it's the same remote, so I'm using the same code, 1017 star. I press star again. Now I'm going to press and hold the button, and it's going to pair the remote to the other receiver. It has paired, but you might be hearing a siren in the background. The reason why you're hearing a siren is because I had to press and hold one of these buttons to pair to the second receiver. That triggers a panic. So I've just pressed hash hash and I go back to the main menu. So remember that this new remote has a dedicated panic button at the bottom. But if you press and hold any one of these 4 buttons for more than 3 seconds, it is also a panic signal. Just remember that when you are pairing your remote, the correct protocol must be used. For example, if I want the key log, when I'm pairing it, the light should stay on. If I'm using the X wave, then notice the light should flicker while I am pairing it. Once you've paired all your remotes, make sure you test the panic button, because the panic button might still be on the wrong protocol for your system. Because watch what happens when I press the panic button. Notice that it is flickering, telling me it's still on the X-Wave protocol. While over here, it is on the key log protocol. So if your panic button is on the wrong protocol, you're going to press and hold it and nothing's going to happen. So just make sure you test it. If you press the panic button and the relays on the receiver operate, then there is a problem. Well, this is a known fault with the IDS X series receiver, specifically the earlier generation units. Thanks for watching and cheers.